Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Cat Chat, the podcast with visual aids that isn't about anything. I am Nori.
And I'm Chay.
Yes.
I guess that's the thing now.
No, I'm Kay, he's Nori.
Yeah, let's just confuse anybody who's ever, like, this is the first one for him. Let's do that.
I enjoy being an asshole, you know this.
Pure chaos.
This is a podcast with visual aids. However, there won't be any visual aids for this one because there's really no need. It would just be a bunch of text for reasons that will become apparent in a moment. Now, as you probably know if you've watched the main show at all on K-Plays, we play a lot of video games here.
Wait, what? That's a requirement? Oh, that's bad for me.
No, we play a lot of video games, and sometimes video games have bugs. And sometimes those bugs get patched, fortunately.
I mean, not so much these days.
Not so much.
Especially for Bethesda. But...
Well, Bethesda, the community patches Bethesda's bugs for them. or sometimes you get, like, Obsidian, where they release bugs and they eventually patch a game into them.
Yeah. It's worth the wait, though.
It is. They generally make good games. However, this is a collection of patch notes that are, for one reason or another, really funny to me. And I think some of them will be quite funny to you as well, honey.
Are they real?
Yes,
these, like, real
these are
patches?
real patch notes from real games.
Okay.
These are real people, real stories.
Okay. If you or anyone you know has any information.
Okay, so our first patch notes are from the game Boiling Point: Road to Hell. Okay. Fixed. Dog does not cast shadows.
Okay, alright. that sounds a little less like there's a graphical error and more like they became a dark magician, but alright.
Yeah. Well, those hounds of Tyndalos, you know. Those are dogs, technically. Okay, fixed. A metal clanking sound plays if the user's character stabs the curtains.
Well, I mean, that's just normal Gary's mod.
Well, Gary's mod, everything makes that fucking crowbar hit sound no matter what.
Everything's a crate, okay? This is just normal.
Yeah. Okay. Too Big Moon has been readjusted. That old Devil Moon.
It's my favorite rapper.
Too Big Moon.
Hey, yo, reppin' Too Big Moon.
I just want to imagine that it was, like, alarmingly too large. It might have been just, like, slightly too big and was a little like, disconcerting. But I want, like, fucking Majora's Mask up in here. Just this gigantic moon that fills half the skybox.
Every time they turn around, it's twice as big.
Oh, we're going to end on something like that later. And finally, for Boiling Point: Road to Hell, police station cannot be destroyed by a crossbow anymore. I just like the principle of, oops, I fired my crossbow and it destroyed an entire structure.
Oh, man, if only it were that easy, right?
Yeah. You could just smash the state with a single crossbow. Okay, that's all we have for that game. But...
Isn't that why the Pope outlawed them?
Because they could destroy police stations in a single shot.
They smashed their state.
Speaking of the Pope, the next game is a favorite of mine, famous for some weird patch notes, Crusader Kings 2.
Okay.
Our first note is, all Byzantine emperors will now have clothes, regardless of what DLCs are enabled.
See, that sounds like a malicious programmer with very strong, very weirdly intense opinions about the Byzantine Empire.
This is my fetish.
Oh yeah, okay, now it makes sense.
Can no longer press the Create Hungary button multiple times. For when you're really hungry.
Oh, man.
That's when you're hangry.
They patched in a Snickers.
Press the Create Hungary button multiple times.
Why just that one?
I don't know. There must have been a bug with making the nation of Hungary.
Man, I would die to know why.
Yeah. Oh, there's some of these that are just like, how did this happen? No longer possible for AI to plot to assassinate self. unless they are a lunatic.
Plot to assassinate self. I mean, I'm a millennial. I get it. It's just an existential dread. That's just my Twitter feed.
I like that they have the exception of unless they are a lunatic, then they can plot to assassinate themselves.
It's a hell of a zag. You wouldn't see it coming.
No, it's the perfect crime. I never would have suspected myself. There's a SpongeBob episode where Patrick said that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mongol hordes will now be more prone to head in the correct direction. I've seen them go north and just be like, yeah, we want Siberia, and we're just going to chill on the northern coast of the Earth.
Wow.
For the rest of history.
Northern coast of the Earth? Oh, they subscribe to Flat Earth theory.
Oh, God. They gotta go find the ice wall that circles the entire Earth.
They're gonna go slay Midgard-Sorber. the serpent that encircles the Earth.
Can you imagine if the Mongol hordes just go the wrong way? Like, Genghis Khan's up at the front, like, no, turn around!
God damn it. Not again.
I didn't become the most powerful man on Earth so you guys can go east.
Maybe that's why he was always conquering new places. He had to replenish his dudes that just kept, like, getting lost.
They were just going backwards.
Like, I'm gonna filter through and get a median of, like, decent people.
His entire army was just wrong way Feldman. There's a joke nobody's gonna remember. Louis Devereaux now has the correct mother.
That's so specific.
He went on Maury.
Oh. You are not the father.
And you are the mother. I would hope you know who the mother was.
It's not a mistake that happens often.
Pope no longer personally excommunicates you just because he slightly dislikes the look of your face.
I mean, that's just historically accurate.
That happened plenty of times, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
The AI no longer betroths its underage heir to a woman so old they'll be infertile by the time the betrothal could be turned into a marriage. That is something that you would expect to maybe not happen so much. Yeah. I'm gonna betroth my, 5-year-old son to this 55-year-old woman.
You may want to revise your court if these are the decisions that are getting made.
Fixed rare edge case where a subunit commander you killed would miraculously return to take your eye out in your next battle event.
Alright.
Skeleton warrior.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that sounds like Shadow of War or some shit.
That's more like Shadow of Mordor shit happening there. I killed you and now you're gonna fuck me up later.
Why are you giving me so much trouble, Space Marine?
This shit's so dumb. I love it. You can no longer ask someone you're in a defensive pact against to embargo someone, as this would result in you ending up at war against yourself.
Ooh, man. A fucking... right, Europe? You feeling this?
Oh, God. European historian viewers, if any exist.
You gotta
Big mood.
Yeah. It feels like that had to have happened at some point.
Probably. Fixed an unlikely infinite loop when the adultery of dead people is discovered. I'm not sure how that works.
Wow, I don't know what any of that entails, and I don't want to know.
You discover that people who are now dead were in adulterous affairs, and it creates some kind of infinite dialogue loop of you rediscovering, the affairs of these dead people.
That sounds like some weird Junji Ito shit.
It just sounds like an infinite loop of discovering dead people's adultery sounds like a History Channel special.
Yeah. It's just their programming got stuck on loop. Their dude died.
The guy who pushes the Hitler button passed out and they actually put regular programming on. Just pushes the Hitler button. There's just a button on their console, just Hitler show. Maybe it was the adultery of Hitler.
Oh, God, it's the only thing they haven't done.
It's like, this is the third time he's ranked that ass.
Good Lord. What else we got?
Fixed overly hairy patricians crashing the game.
All right.
Brought it right back.
All right, you got me. I'm in now.
No longer possible to sacrifice the same person to Satan multiple times.
Hey! You get this one! You should quit trying to triple trade. You slide-devil.
You slime me.
Yeah. Like, what kind of a slick-ass insider trading motherfucker do you have to be?
You just get the heart, and then he gets, like, the ear, and it's like a lung nest. It's like, I think these are all the same guy. I've been assembling it down here, and it looks like the same guy. I'm just saying.
Dracula? What?
That seems like a Castlevania plot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got the druidic Wolf of Wall Street here.
You now possess Dracula's heart, and his heart again, and his heart again.
And another one. And another
Oh, this is just Mortal Kombat, where someone explodes into, like, 8 skulls, and 5 hearts, and, like, 7 femurs, and a couple rib cages.
A third grader's, like, vision of what anatomy is.
Yeah. Okay. Immortal characters should no longer die when making love too fiercely with their spouse. That was a possible death event when you were very old. You just fuck so hard you die. But it could even kill people who had become immortal through, like, sorcery.
I mean, I feel like I've read this Anne Rice novel.
But the vampire doesn't die. That's the point.
Oh, man, not until you had that nookie, that preternatural nookie.
Yeah. Characters who love their spouses very much are now less likely to join holy orders. I'm sorry, I can't be celibate. My wife's too hot.
Have you seen this? Damn! And that's why I am damn.
I'm about to launch a crusade against that booty. This right here, this square, is the Holy Land.
Jesus.
I'm immortal, but I could still die making love so fiercely to this.
The booty clap the cast turn undead.
Oh, that'd be an interesting cleric. I've seen a few D&D games where that would probably be in there.
My armor rating is terrible, but I'm devastating.
Just very vulnerable to backstabs. From the front, like AC 20. From the back, AC 8. Paranoid parents should no longer worry about potential plots against dead children. I'm worried they're going to assassinate my dead 1-year-old son.
Damn, dude.
He was killed by the plague, but now I'm worried that they're going to poison him.
You think this is a problem for, like, necromancers?
A lot of this could be explained by necromancy, honestly.
It really could.
The lustful cabin event can no longer cause multiple pregnancies or create children between 2 female lovers. There's an event where you take your lover to just a cabin, like, and just go on a retreat for like a month of real life game time. And usually it results in a single pregnancy because you're just boning a lot. Because that's the point. You know?
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, it could cause somebody to become pregnant multiple times. And not like with twins or something. They could literally be pregnant multiple times at once.
Holy shit.
Or create children between a lesbian couple, yeah.
Okay, no, this isn't a love shack. This is like a love hyperbolic chamber.
The hyperbolic love chamber.
You're crazy.
Or hyperbaric, I think.
Or whatever.
Whatever. You no longer punish yourself when a prisoner tries to flee from your prison by charming the guard. So the king would, like, put a punishment on himself. It's very responsible, but maybe inappropriately.
I'm a bad king. I let him go.
I'm a bad king. I need to be punished. Maybe that's it.
It's like, oh, I knew we shouldn't have punished him that way growing up.
I'm a bad Byzantine emperor. I better not wear clothes, regardless of the DLC that's enabled. You no longer feel bad for having a romantic relationship with your spouse.
Damn,
I would
dude.
hope not. But
Again, that's more of that millennial like big mood.
again, you could be Catholic in this game, keep in mind,
Oh,
so you
true.
might feel guilty for having a romantic relationship with
I
your
mean,
spouse.
they just have guilt regardless.
That's the point.
If it feels good, stop. That's their philosophy.
Speaking of necromancy from before, you'll no longer try to have conversations with your dead children when you have the family focus activated.
I mean, I don't feel that's a bug so much as just like sometimes, you're sitting down with your abuela and she just starts talking and it's like, he's been gone a long time, abuela. Just please let it go. Please.
Then she hits you with a flip-flop
Oh, God.
for talking back.
Yeah, well, that's you deserve it.
Oh, sorry, I just read the next one.
I can't see these, so I don't even know
Yeah.
what's coming.
Hang on, I need a second for this one. You can no longer arrange a ball in the dungeons.
Well, fuck it then. What's the point?
That would be the most depressing part. All these prisoners did manacles. Just dragging around ball and chain. That's why it's a ball. They still got the giant dresses on, though.
They're swinging to the rhythm of the fucking classical music
Yeah,
playing.
the class was just accompanied by like a guy beating a drum, just dun dun dun. They're wearing all the fancy gowns, but the gowns are like really ratty and dirty somehow. It's just a dungeon ball.
I'm not sure I'd want to have I'd throw a ball in Splatterhouse. That might be a little bit much.
Unborn Shiite Caliphate claimants no longer arrive before they are born.
Bro.
Damn.
Excuse me.
I got a guy who's -3 trying to claim the Caliphate here. At least wait until you're born, dude.
That's a fucking ambition right there. He hungry for it.
He's ready, man.
Fuck waiting.
Monks and other people living in celibacy will no longer try to arrange stealth marriages if ruled by a patrician. Okay.
Wow, okay. I don't even know what's going on there.
Muslims are now allowed to fire their court imam if he is of another religion. Can you imagine if your high priest in like your Catholic kingdom is like a Buddhist? Like how that would work? Yeah, apparently there was a bug where you couldn't fire your imam if he was like fucking Shinto priest for some reason. I think you're required to be the appropriate religion to be an imam. It's like, I'm a Shinto rabbi. Which is good because Shinto people don't believe any of this shit either.
That's fine then, yeah.
Neither do a lot of Jewish people I've met, so it's fine. You could probably be a Shinto rabbi. That would be cool, actually. I light the incense, I write the little scroll, and I bow a bunch. It's really easy.
There should be like an exchange program where you have to.
A religion exchange program?
Yeah.
That would be badass.
Right?
That'd be the coolest shit. Sign me up. I'm a humanist, but I'd still be a humanist something else for a month or whatever. I'm technically an ordained priest. I could perform stuff in another religion, I guess, under an exchange program. That's weird.
You exploit some weird laws.
Yeah. AI will not join wars against spouse. I find that hard to believe. That's not historically accurate at all. That's fucking happened in Europe.
Yeah, honestly.
Hell, that's happened in England multiple times, if I had to guess. Fixed a bug where the Chancellor might discover himself trying to fabricate a claim on his own titles and kill himself.
Bro, your plan's too fucking complicated at that point.
That's some Xanatos Gambit bullshit right there, man.
It's that fucking Spider-Man looking at Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just two
Me discovering the man behind the sinister plot.
just two chancellors. They got knives. Like, you're trying to fabricate claims on your own titles. Me? You no longer gain religious authority for looting temples of your own religion.
Damn, dude.
I would imagine not.
That seems rough to be in that particular religion. It's like if the Vikings raided their own country.
I think sometimes they probably did in other parts of their own countries. But yeah, like religious authority for looting temples of your own religion would be a hell of a thing. I don't think that could ever go down in real life. I think you'd be pretty unpopular within your own religion if you just looted your own shit.
That's some end of society shit, like, where nothing matters. Just like, you know what?
That's what Republicans think happen if gay people can get married. You should no longer perform a sacrificial ritual on yourself as a Satanist. All right.
That's the final act.
That's dedication, man.
That's how you do it. Like, don't they not believe in Satan? Yeah, I'm so confused.
I don't know. Male characters can no longer be impregnated by male lovers.
Oh, man. All my DeviantArt fantasies
This is my fetish. I'm a naughty Byzantine emperor with no clothes.
Man, they lost the entire Tumblr fan base instantly.
Half of DeviantArt's gone.
You removed your entire Mpreg appeal.
Oh, God.
You destroyed it. You're done.
Slaying an enemy ruler in battle will no longer display them as your acquaintance in future messages. I guess you did get acquainted with them, technically, though.
See? Genghis Khan was just really gregarious.
I mean, if I gut some motherfucker, I'm acquainted with him pretty well, I'd say. I know him inside and out.
Oh, God.
And finally, in Crusader Kings 2, this font of glorious patch notes, historical characters would no longer attempt to marry characters that have not yet been born.
That's quitter talk.
That's trying hard enough.
You gotta have a little ambition, you know?
I've read these and they still fuck me up, some of them. My favorite is I think my favorite is Overly Hairy Patricians Crashing Game.
I'm sorry, Overly Hairy Patricians is just a great band name. It's just fun to say.
I'm sniffling because I'm crying. Oh. Okay, so next up we have one of my probably top 5 favorite games of all time and another source of an absurd amount of weird patch notes. Dwarf Fortress.
Oh God.
Made dwarves care about clothes more.
Not like you needed to bolster the Gucci and Gabbana industry inside of Dwarf Fortress, but stopped them from walking around butt-ass naked.
Yeah, pretty much. Babies no longer start strapped with a knife. Yeah, babies used to be born strapped with a knife.
If anyone would, it's a dwarf.
That seems like I object to that because that seems like a dwarven baby thing. Like they just form a knife in the womb, just an iron knife.
Or a pickaxe.
Yeah.
Or an axe.
Stopped vampires from pinning their crimes on babies and children.
You can try, motherfucker.
In this game, vampires will, sometimes dwarves or other races can be vampires, and they will suck the blood of and kill other dwarves that are sleeping if they can sneak up and get them. And sometimes they'll pretend to be a witness to the crime and discover the body, and they'll pin it on somebody. But it used to be they could pin it on a 1-year-old or a 6-month-old baby somehow. And of course, any player who sees that is like, well, guess I know who the vampire is, and it's not the 6-month-old.
Wouldn't it be horrifying if you got that wrong?
Stopped ghosts from maintaining secret identities. I mean, after you're dead, do you really need to pretend to be somebody else?
What? What?
Yeah, dwarves and stuff can pretend to be somebody else. You can have a king in exile or something from another civilization come pretend to be a bard or something.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This game's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, it's very in-depth. But yeah, even as a ghost, they used to continue to pretend to be that other person.
Wow.
Stopped dwarves from trying to clean their own missing or internal body parts. Now, phantom limb syndrome is a very real thing, but I don't think you'd try to scrub it. And I certainly don't want to try and scrub, like, my spleen or something. That'd probably be bad. Although those people that, like, do the bleach enemas are basically trying to do that. And it probably goes just as well as this must have.
Okay. There's a whole lot of stuff in that sentence that I didn't know existed.
Oh, you didn't know about all this? They're like the same people who think vaccines cause autism.
Oh, but they do like drink liquid silver.
Yeah, colloidal silver. They give themselves like 1% bleach enemas.
Oh boy!
They're like, look at all the parasites that came out. That's your intestinal lining coming out, not parasites. Yeah. Demons masquerading as gods will try a little harder. Just gave him a pep talk. Like, come on, demons masquerading as gods. Yeah, sometimes some of the gods are actually demons.
Okay.
Just pretending to be a god because it makes them powerful.
I mean, it's all a matter of perspective, right?
Yeah. Perhaps the same could be said of all religion.
Yeah.
Adjusted value of bees.
All right.
So I guess bee inflation was a thing. I don't know. That's so weird. Why did bees... Oh, I guess because you could trade a beehive full of bees away, so it would have to have values.
You can't... Look, if you're not willing to adjust to the correct market value of bees, you don't really care about your video game.
That's true. Though that's true of these developers, because the two developers of this game are madmen, and I love them.
Yeah, they appear to be maniacs.
Yeah. Stopped inebriation personality alterations from being permanent.
I mean, looking at my family, I'm sorry to say, but that's true.
They're permanently inebriated, though, is the thing.
Oh, you mean like the game characters?
No, your family.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's correct.
Not like your immediate family, but your extended family, yeah, from what I understand, is permanently inebriated.
There may be a few problems.
Made dwarves visit museums properly. Were they just like handstanding through it before? What does that mean?
No, that sounds to me like the angriest nerd of a fucking developer. It's just like, no, you have to go in and get your wrist stamped. You're going to appreciate the Incan ruins.
Stopped animals from developing need for alcohol after experiencing trauma. My cat just can't get through the day without a pint. I remember when that happened in Dwarf Fortress. It was weird. You'd have, like, horses that needed alcohol every day.
Wow. Okay.
Stopped unintelligent creatures associated to civilizations, like domestic animals, from worshipping gods when given historical status. Yeah, you could have, like, your cows had a god that they'd worship.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Related, stopped animals from forming grudges and other chat-based relationships. I've met a lot of cats.
Yeah.
And they can form grudges, let me tell you what.
Oh, yeah.
Fixed a bug where animals could rent rooms. Oh, if only, I'd make a lot of money on the cats renting the shelters outside.
We're not going to become the cat hotel capitalists.
I'm not going to become like a cat slumlord, no. Fixed bug with animals picking out clothes to wear.
You know what? I'm sad, though, because they'd be so jaunty.
They would. Imagine all the little kitties in sweaters. Fixed bug with mules shitting luggage.
I'm sorry, what?
It's pretty self-explanatory. There was a bug where mules shit luggage. Fixed bug with mules shitting luggage. What more context do you need for that?
Oh, Eddie? What the fuck?
Fixed a bug with mules shitting luggage.
Okay, alright. I accept it.
Yeah. Cleaned up the bear situation. I'm sure there's a story behind that. I don't know it, but it sounds like a good one.
No, they sound so exhausted, like, at the end. It's just like, I fixed it, the bear situation.
Fixed problem with undead passing out from strangling. Yeah, I imagine you can't choke out a skeleton.
Oh, man. My dreams of seeing Batiste, just choke out a skeleton.
Made the corpses of small animals that die out of water stop teleporting. Well, what's the fucking point of life?
Dude, what's going on there?
Dwarf Fortress can result in some incredible problems. Made dwarves care if you melt down their masterpieces.
Oh.
Yeah, you'd think that would be something they'd give a shit about if you just melted down, like, the perfect masterpiece, like, throne that they had built out of solid gold, and they're just like, excuse me?
I mean, yeah, I'd be pretty pissed myself. I mean, I do nothing but digital art, so you can't really do that to me, but if you somehow could, I'd be willing to kick your ass.
Yeah. Stop children from buying shops.
I mean, child labor only got outlawed pretty modernly, so...
They never owned the business, though. They were labor.
Well,
Can you imagine, like, a child tycoon? Like some Richie Rich bullshit? Some little kid with, like, a stage mustache and a monocle?
No, oh my god, I want to imagine some dwarf child that's just like the Monopoly Man lemonade stand, except it's all ale.
Yeah, well, I mean, a dwarf child would be able to have the mustache, so that'd be fine.
Exactly.
Stopped happy thoughts from sleeping in beds in amazing dining rooms.
What?
Yeah, you could just build a really high-quality dining room and ring it with beds. The dwarves would sleep in the beds in the middle of this huge dining hall and just be happy like they slept in a bed in a good bedroom.
Okay.
Fixed bug where all the rock turned into sky whenever migrant groups were created anywhere in the world. That may have been slightly game-breaking, that one.
I don't even fucking understand what that means. That sounds like a Chinese proverb.
Stopped children and babies from joining you on your adventures.
I mean, come on. Let them join. Let's do our Journey to the West story here.
Stopped aerial births. Your dwarf does have to actually be on the ground in order to give birth. They can't give birth while, say, being launched by a catapult like hundreds of feet in the air, because that would be unfortunate and hilarious. Alligators have hair and other unintended attributes. Good thing to fix, probably.
They gotta do the crocodile rock, man.
Rain kills everything it lands on.
Is that the fix?
They fixed the fact that rain kills everything it lands
okay.
on. Yeah, rain probably had mass at some point accidentally.
Oh, yeah.
Dwarves, given their choice of weapons, will choose ones too big to use. That is a problem.
That just sounds like dwarves.
Yeah. Fixed. Humans in farming houses are naked.
All right.
Fixed. Tiger Man does not have ears. That's very unfortunate for Tiger Man.
Listen, I've gotten a lot of correction requests on my commissions.
No.
That sounds like one of them. Just
Character does not have tail.
Oh, God.
Character's hand is upside down.
That only happened once.
Magma crabs drown in magma. That was probably unfortunate. Fixed. Ghosts of vampires still drinking blood.
You gotta want it. You gotta be thirsty.
Is Castlevania Dracula basically the ghost of a vampire?
Dude, I don't even know. Like, don't ask me to explain in detail what he's supposed to be, because it's a multiple choice answer.
Sleeping on a melting iceberg results in waking up as a demon or other underground creature.
Okay.
I'm not sure how. Dwarf children die from embarrassment at not being dressed at age 2. That one kind of just creeps up on me. Fat dwarves eating causes lag. Okay.
The rampant fat shaming is so terrible.
Yes.
Come on.
Copper coins pass through this boar when thrown at it.
This one. This
boar. Yeah, I don't know why it's oddly specific.
All right.
And finally, zombies will start conversations with necromancer adventurers who try to sleep in their house.
That's just part of the adventure.
I guess.
Like, who else is supposed to give you your heroic journey, like, exposition? Chosen Undead.
We're going to skip the next game for a bit because I want to do it last because it's the greatest game for patch notes. People who are fans of weird patch notes will know what game that is. Next up is The Secret World. Certain heals will no longer generate hate on friendly targets.
Okay.
Can you imagine how that must work? Like if you're generating aggro on your own tank against you somehow?
Maybe, no, you know what? It's the Shemp school of healing where you smack him up across the head and he's just like, ow!
How does that heal him?
I don't know, ask Shemp.
You are no longer able to get stuck between the bookcase and a chair in Dracula's castle.
Okay.
Movement speed while dead will now scale with your current rank of sprinting.
Wow.
What?
I don't understand what that means at all.
Movement speed while dead?
What? Should be, what? Should be 0, I think.
I would imagine. And finally for this game, survivors with bear arms, and that's like the animal,
sure,
are now less likely to become traitors. You can generally trust survivors who have giant bear arms, I guess. They're trustworthy people.
Well, it's like how berserker is like a Norse word for bear shirt.
Yeah.
And then their word
bear
for
shirt.
betrayal is like Berzarmser.
Bergergerg. It's no, that's just Murloc for trade. DayZ. Gear. Earthworms are now stackable. I'd hope.
Yeah, that would be annoying. To having to like holster each one of them in your like gun belt.
Yeah. You can now skin humans.
Finally. What the fuck?
Fixed an issue where vomiting was not working properly with two-handed melee weapons.
What?
I don't know how that works. Fixed issue where vomiting was not working properly with two-handed melee weapons.
You need a hand free, man. Otherwise you can't.
Facepalm animation doesn't make the players stand up from prone anymore. that got a lot of people sniped, I'm guessing.
That seems like something somebody did as an exploit.
And zucchini can now be force-fed.
Kinky.
Next up is Skyrim. Only a few, amazingly, were really funny.
I was gonna say, I don't have 3 hours.
No, only a few. Fixed occasional issue where a guest would arrive to the player's wedding dead. I've been to a few weddings. I wish I'd arrived dead, pretty much.
Oh, man, seriously.
Fixed issue with NPCs sleeping with open eyes.
That's a creepy circumstance.
Fixed issue where transforming back to human from werewolf would occasionally fail.
Man, I don't even want to know how that happens.
I don't want to know what happens when the transformation from werewolf to human fails. Like, what happens?
You just turn into Lon Chaney Jr.
Fixed rare instance of couriers who would appear only dressed in a hat. Maybe they were a strippergram, don't judge.
They just have a hat or like a suit made of poppable balloons.
Yeah. And bugs introduced. Dragons occasionally flying backwards. Okay.
Tony Hawk's Pro Dragon. I mean, come on.
I have a single bug from the game Scum. Bug fix where penis would get bigger with each login.
No, that's called a login bonus, okay? They were ahead of their time.
There are players who would get that every single day. They would lockstep, never miss that login bonus, man.
Grind every day. Grind every day.
I just love that of all the parts for a slider on the body that could get bigger, it was the dick. Of course.
It also tells me a lot about this game.
I want to know if there was an upward limit, or if it just got into, like, nightmare territory.
Oh, it just started clipping into the skybox.
Yeah, just like it's in the ground, like, between your legs. Like, oh my god, like, he's logged in for a year. This man has an 8-foot dick. Did it also get girthier, or, like, did you just have, like, a fire hose dick?
Does it matter?
I don't know.
How does this affect gameplay? I'm so confused.
I don't know. It's one of those survival games, and you start naked.
Oh.
So if you're a man, you would have a ding dong.
Okay. Interesting.
Next game is Oxygen Not Included. Fixed a crash that could occur when a fish flopped outside of the world.
I think they call that Cthulhu.
Cthulhu is the fish flopping outside the world. Let me put on my cucumber costume and get a bad shotgun. Creature's recent diet will properly load to become poop. No more mass loss.
Just shitting their guts out.
And finally, creatures should no longer poop out literal tons of materials. I've been there, man. I had some kind of stomach bug one time. That's about what happened. Next up, we have a single bug in Fortnite.
Okay.
Guided missile no longer fires in the wrong direction.
I can see that being a problem.
That would be a problem, yes. Conan Exiles. Players can no longer use chairs to travel great distances. What?
That's like the SpongeBob episode where he's riding the rock around.
The ancient barbarians could ride these babies for miles.
Hold on there, Conan.
Player corpses can only be harvested for religious purposes once every 30 minutes.
Damn, like, what kind of demanding-ass god do you have?
I don't know. I assume Set. And finally, for Conan Exiles, rhinos should no longer try to walk through players.
I mean, rhinos in real life will try to walk through you.
Yes, but I mean, they'll do it.
Oh. Okay, well.
I don't think they're supposed to just clip right through you like you're not there.
Oh, I see.
They can in real life if they come in horn first. But...
Oh, yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Well, we have one last game, and it's our big one.
Okay.
This is the Sims franchise.
Oh, good.
Some of these will fuck me up. I'm going to tell you right now. Some of these are so good that I can't hardly get through them. So this may take a little bit.
To give it your all.
Reduce the urge for neat Sims to put away fire pits.
What? That's not a thing. It's an absence of a thing. What? What the fuck?
Oh god, this next one. Become enemies with child wish no longer appears.
That's if that dwarven Richie Rich motherfucker comes out. That's my wish.
Eat the dwarven rich. Toddler's body no longer deforms when watching TV after learning to talk. Okay.
That sounds like the fever dream of a chick tract.
Yes. Child Sims no longer deform after watching a concert.
Why are children so deformed? What is this?
There's radium in the water in Sims.
Bro, excuse me. What? We need to address this.
Oh god, here's the one that I can never get through. I need to take a drink.
Just children deformed everywhere.
Get ready for it. Sims can no longer try for baby with the Grim Reaper.
Sometimes you need to take him to the bone zone, you know?
The Grim Reaper. He just came to collect Grandma. And then he was just so damn sexy, I had to go for it.
Sexy Thanatos.
I'm gonna reap that ass, baby.
his slender bones inside of those robes.
It's just a hooded skeleton.
Oh, man. You know what? I know some people.
There's some goth Sims probably that would. Fixed... Grim Reaper. Fuck. Fixed teens being trapped in a child's body when traveling to the future at the exact moment of a birthday.
What? Oh, what? Excuse me?
Is that teen Scott Bakula? How does this work?
Oh, boy.
Al, I'm trapped in a child's body this time. It was Al was his companion, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But you asked me to remember Quantum Leap.
Fixed the time traveler catching on fire and not being able to be put out.
Yeah, what were they on Quantum Fire? Just an eternal...
Time travel has risks, okay? You can just catch fire for eternity.
Marty, I can't do it.
Marty, help! Marty, I'm on fire, Marty. I was set on fire today, and yesterday, and every other day.
Fuck, dude, that's rough.
Mermaid children can now take showers. That's probably good, because I imagine people who are half fish smell really fucking bad on land. Sims no longer cuddle with inappropriate partners in tents. I hate to tell you this, but there are people in real life who cuddle with inappropriate partners in tents.
Yeah. I mean, like the Grim Reaper.
The Grim Reaper is a very inappropriate partner.
You just gotta cuddle them bones, man.
At the end of it, he's like, I killed it.
Shut up, stupid.
Speaking of which, there are now stricter relationship requirements for woohooing in a sarcophagus. You do really have to love somebody if you're gonna fuck inside, like, Tut's sarcophagus, the museum. Can you imagine, like, the Instagram that they do after that?
First of all, like, you know the curses people got just for going in there? I can't imagine what shit you're gonna get visited on you for that level
The
of
7
chemicals.
STDs of Egypt will come upon you
Bruh.
if you come upon me.
There's... Mr. Carmichael, it appears that you have locusts coming out of your dick.
Your firstborn testicle has died.
Jesus.
Whichever one dropped first, it's gone, man. I'm sorry. You're a uniballer now.
Oh.
Fixed an issue where Father Winter could abandon his parental responsibilities by making all his children disappear.
What's even the perk of being a demigod at that point?
Damn. Father Winter, you cold.
Shut up, stupid.
Fixed a problem where if two Sims woohoo in another Sim's bed, the woohooing Sims could claim that bed as their own. That is just law. That is the law of the jungle right there. If two people bone in somebody else's bed, they have legal claim to that bed. Unless it's a hotel, in which case that doesn't count. Like, if I go to a friend's house and I fuck somebody that's not my friend in that bed belongs to one of us.
What?
It's like right of combat, it's just right of boning.
Right of combat? What is this, maritime law? What is... I've never heard of this.
Well, it's a merry time.
Oh, fuck's sake. Are we almost done?
Yes. Fixed teenagers being able to send inappropriate text messages regarding the romance festival. Okay.
What would...
Hate to break this to you, but teens... There's this thing called sexting.
Oh, boy.
Have you ever been a teenager? Because I was a teenager.
No. Yeah, I'm sorry. As a company, we must subscribe to the Disneyfication.
As a teenager, I sent inappropriate text messages regarding the romance festival, I'm just gonna say.
When you were a teenager, text messages didn't exist.
Yes, they did. I was 18 when the internet existed. I'm old, fuck. Sims in the painter career will no longer be able to sell the paintings directly from the walls of the museum. Yeah, I took painting class once, so now I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna start bidding on this Rembrandt here at $12 million.
That's not an art degree. That's a business degree right there.
Damn.
And you are one slick motherfucker. You can manage that.
Yeah. Suspects that were locked in a cell will still be locked in the cell when you return the next day and not standing outside.
I played a couple of MMORPGs where that's a problem.
Yeah. Dogs should no longer stretch into horrible monstrosities when attempting to grab a toy from the toy box. Again, hounds of Tindalos are on the prowl here.
That's a clear bounding box issue.
Getting a preventative shot for your pet will no longer put them in a state of perpetual fear.
You know, again, real life.
That's why you get that, like, meat go-gurt thing for the kitty, and they just start licking that, and then they don't really care that they just got a shot. They just completely forget about it a second later. As they get their meat go-gurt.
I want my meat go-gurt.
See, if you'd sent that as a text message at the Romance Festival...
Then I'd be in trouble.
Going forward, home remodels will no longer cause family-wide relationship amnesia.
Excuse me?
If you remodeled your home, everybody in the family forgot who they were related to. And hasn't that ever happened?
I feel like this is something that happens to, like, English royalty. Like,
that explains why they had sex with their sister. Like, that's fine. We're not related.
We cracked the case.
Yeah. Playing your old saves should no longer result in a mad rush for the restrooms.
What?
I guess if you loaded the game...
Their shit's been building up in the house while you're off doing stuff. This is like Tamagotchis on crack. Holy shit.
Tamagotchis on crap.
Oh, God.
Angry writers will no longer only have the option to write furiously when choosing to write genre book. I've seen... didn't one of Trump's kids basically write furiously as a genre book recently?
What? I don't know.
It's called, like, Triggered or something.
Oh.
It was a genre book, and it was basically about being furious.
Amazing.
Now if you are taking a selfie, you will be holding a phone.
Yeah, that's a good requirement. Yeah, it's a good first step. I would see that on the WikiHow.
Yeah. Vampires can now date.
Big problem, that. Again, the Anne Rice novel, like, I've seen that one.
Kleptomaniac Sims can no longer steal subway stations from lots. Damn!
That is a theatrically good thief.
Are you Carmen Sandiego? If you can do that, you're Carmen Sandiego, okay?
We need those patch notes, gumshoes.
The warrant is the patch notes, the loot is just a subway station. Sims can no longer woohoo in the elevator with a sim who is on a different floor.
Whoa.
That's the end result of logging in enough times in Scum that your dick's 8 feet long. You can just get somebody on another floor.
This is multi-track drifting in the weirdest way.
The Grim Reaper will no longer be prevented from reaping souls due to band affiliation. Slayer!
That's so many myths in rock and roll, like, put together.
That explains Ozzy.
Yeah, it certainly... Yeah, exactly.
That explains Ozzy. That explains him. It's his band affiliation. He can't die. Fixed a tuning issue so that Sims now vomit at acceptable levels. There's an acceptable level. It implies that, yes, there is an excessive level. I believe that. Sims who are on fire will no longer be forced to attend graduation before they can put themselves out.
Well, this sounds like taking exams over in Japan.
Yeah.
It's just like, look, there's nothing more important.
Pregnant Sims can no longer brawl. Probably a good idea. Wouldn't be true in Dwarf Fortress, let me tell you what.
Look, I don't know if you've seen any bogans, but it can happen.
I think we're down to the last 10. Baby Sims will no longer become stuck on a Sim's hand while driving a car. Is the baby driving the car and stuck on the... Oh, no, I think if the Sim is driving a car and holding a baby, the baby Sim becomes stuck on their hand forever.
Try new baby grip.
Well, I mean, it would stop you from dropping the baby if it was just attached to you. Fixed a case where toddlers were allowed to escape a lot and wander freely. That's just real life, Chief.
Yeah, honestly. Like, I wish that would happen, IRL. We need that patch.
Sims will no longer receive a wish to skinny dip with mummies.
That's the most ingenious way to defeat a mummy I've ever heard. Like, damn, dude.
I like this specifically. I want a skinny dip with mummies. Not just, I want a skinny dip with a mummy. I don't want a skinny dip with mummies.
You know what? That sounds like a 1950s King of the Beach type film where they're just like...
Skinny dipping mummies.
Yeah. I've got a plan.
Like, I want to go on a roller coaster with the chupacabra. A meteor can hit a building, in which case everyone will run out before the collision. Those who do not exit the building will die. Sims automatically leave if a meteor is approaching, unless it is a school, in which children are not allowed to leave and will always die.
Damn, that truancy officer is a ball buster.
The incoming apocalypse doesn't let you out. I let you out. That's what that is. You ever have the teachers that were like that? Like, the bell doesn't let you out, I let you out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like, the meteor doesn't let you out, I do. Dead relatives will no longer appear alive in your Sims family trees when traveling to Egypt, China, or France.
This is some very offensive things about the perception of those cultures.
Very specific choices, too. Sims will no longer walk on water to view paintings placed on swimming pool walls. I can just picture that in my head.
Look, it's Dadaist. It's absurd, and then life imitates art.
Ghosts will now properly exit vehicles after arriving at their destination.
Do they have to? I would think if anyone could.
Yeah, I mean, they have to open the door, unbuckle the belt, get out. Pianists will no longer continue playing pianos that have been detonated. That's some Bugs Bunny shit right there. Next to last one, toddlers can no longer get fleas. And the final patch note. Fixed an issue that caused Sims to leave their toddler inside a bar at closing time. That's real life, too. Wish they'd patch that out of real life.
Aw, that's not very classy.
No, but, yeah, there's some real Parent of the Year shit that can happen in The Sims, let me tell you what. But that's our patch notes. I hope you had fun. I know I had fun. What was your favorite patch note?
Still the hairy patricians.
I do. I think my favorite is it's no longer possible to sacrifice the same person to Satan multiple times. It's just down like, hey,
hang on a
I'm
minute.
getting scammed up there. You sly me. But that's all we got. We'll see you next time with another cat chat about absolutely nothing important or even particularly intelligent, probably.
You know, like normal.
Like normal. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.